It is get your it's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking about our new Season 7 rewards and Michael Finley and Horace Grant. Horace Grant being an online, Michael Finley being an offline. Which one is better? Which one is worth you grinding for? Now, before we dive any further into that, Rick Smits is gone, sadly, and if you are new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button. We're on the road towards 120,000 subscribers. So, Horace Grant, Michael Finley, those are your Rick Smits. Horace Grant's what Rick Smits was, and Michael Finley is what Sean Elliott was. So, if you're wondering, who are these cards, what are they doing? That's exactly what they are. Horace Grant available in co-op, unlimited, triple threat online, clutch time online. Obviously, co-op's going to be your best method, probably for Horace Grant. 6'10", 7'1" wingspan, hot spots from everywhere, 35 Hall of Famers, 21 on gold. Looking at the card, everything outside of the 3-ball is basically mid to upper 90s. Defensively mid to upper 90s, 85 3-ball isn't bad, especially if you give him a coach that does boost it. Pace and space will do that to get that to a low 90. Badge-wise, I mean, shooting badges might want Agent 3 and blinders, but everything else he's got, including every single defensive badge in the game on Hall of Fame. Max tendencies. Now again, you guys might not think tendencies matter that much. Well, if they're maxed, they absolutely do. 98 across the board. Foul tendency at a 5. Steph base, Rudy upper on very quick. Now, a lot of people don't love the Rudy upper, and I've been trying to figure out what goes into people not liking the Rudy upper, and I don't really know, because that's what Earl Lloyd has, that's what Luka has, that's what Caleb Martin has. I feel like people don't like it because it might be a little slower or feel a little slower, but I feel like it's smooth and easy to time. But Steph base, Rudy upper on very quick, normal leaner, MJ dribble style, wall size up, people like that, Curry size up, wall size up, escape, I should say. Day movement in the back is incredible. With the Asta slide, Horace Grant's incredible. The downside in Horace Grant is that he can't play small forward. I mean, he's only 6'10" at the power forward. So that alone leaves a lot to be desired. Now, the question of the day is how good is Horace Grant? Well, when you watch my top 10 power forwards, and I'm just gonna list some of my lower ones, is he better than this guy right here? That's a question we have to ask ourselves. How much better is he better than Jack Sikma? And I don't know. Yes, stat-wise, badge-wise, he's better. But Jack Sikma is taller. Jack Sikma has a wider player model. I think it really is close. I think Horace Grant is in that, maybe 8 to 12 range at that power forward position where, the card is good. To me, he's just a little bit undersized. That's the big thing for me. If Horace Grant wasn't undersized, I honestly probably would be even higher on him because I like it. I guess I don't have his release, but I like what his release could be. And I like the fact that I feel like he's going to play great defense. If he could play small forward, he would be probably a top 5 small forward in my team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The problem is the meta of the game is just ran by height. And Horace Grant at 6'10" at the power forward isn't that high. For context, I'll give you guys some context here. At the power forward position, invincible Anthony Davis is below number 5, okay? I don't want to give y'all my exact list, but he's below number 5. So what does that really say about Horace Grant? Well, not too much, considering Anthony Davis is an invincible. I'm just saying that's where I have a little hold up with Horace Grant. Now let's talk about Michael Finley, because we just spent a ton of time talking about Horace Grant. Let's talk about Michael Finley, who is your offline reward. So if you play triple threat offline, clutch time offline, those modes, that's where Michael Finley is going to be available. These are RNGs, so it's not guaranteed. Basically all luck. 6'7", 6'10" wingspan, hot spots from everywhere, 35 Hall of Famers, 18 on gold. Now, Michael Finley's stats are nearly perfect. Would like to see maybe that standing dunk a little higher, maybe the strength block rating a little higher, but that's really getting picky for Michael Finley, who does a lot of great things on the court. Let's talk about it. Finishing-wise, perfect. Shooting-wise, absolutely immaculate. And playmaker-wise, pretty solid as well. Quick first step and buckle with clamp breaker handles for days. Defensively, 6'7", would like to maybe see him be a little bit taller. Does have great tendencies, animations, wall base, Oscar upper on very quick. I don't know how I feel about that, especially with the John Wall base, just because I don't know at this stage of my team how good that base truly is. I mean, Terry Cummings had it. I didn't really love the default swing upper on it. And the Oscar is supposedly the best upper in the game. So that's really the question for Michael Finley, is how good is that release truly going to be? Normal leader, MJ, dribble style, Asta slide, day movement on the back. D-Rose size up is super important as well. Now, when I go back and look at my shooting guard list, I think I'd have him maybe in that 4 to 6 range. It just depends. How is he going to be compared to Terry Dishinger, I think is a very important question. Considering their stats are about the same. Obviously, people love Terry because of obviously the size up. Number one, Francis size up. People love that. Asta slide. And then Terry's release. Everybody loves that as well. But I will say this. Michael Finley is incredible, right? If you get Michael Finley, because my top 10, I got TT, T-Mac, Terry. After them, and those guys are all really expensive, Michael Finley is probably going to be your best primary ball handler in the entire game. So, I mean, if there is a guy between Horace Grant or Michael Finley I'm higher on, I'd have to say it's Michael Finley. And honestly, I'm glad it's like that because I feel like they need to make the offline, well, they need to make both these cards good. They tried. Horace Grant's just undersized. I just feel like everybody has that accessibility in offline modes, right? Like, everybody can go into offline and get wins, right? I mean, I could have my girlfriend go in there with Yao, Manute, and Taco, or whoever, and find a way to get wins. Like, it's not hard. So, or even like Yao and 2 bronzes, or 2 golds, I should say. You can go in there and get some easy wins. That's not the difficult thing. The difficult thing is going to be getting Michael Finley out of the vault. Because I played probably over 150 games for Sean Elliott, just more so for the MT side of things, or just like XP grind and stuff like that. And I didn't get Sean Elliott. So that's the thing. These cards are RNG. You could play hundreds and hundreds of games for Michael Finley, for Horace Grant, and still not ultimately get rewarded. So that is one thing I would encourage you guys to think about, to take into consideration is, are either of these cards worth it? Well, Horace, definitely no. If you get Horace, that's fine. He's fine. But Michael Finley might be something that in your free time, if you want to grind for him, I mean, I think triple threat offline is the best method you can do, because Michael Finley, again, is a card I definitely want to use and a card that I truly am really high on. So are either of these cards as good as like a Rick Smits? No. Sadly, I mean, neither of those cards are, Rick Smits level, but both are fine enough that, let's say you're just starting the game or you're no money spent, they're going to play for you. Especially like for me on my no money spent squad series, Michael Finley would be the star of the show. Because right now I'm running Steve Smith, and Michael Finley, I'm not going to say he's necessarily that much better than Steve because Steve's way taller, but Michael Finley would be a way, way, way better primary ball handler. So again, just something to kind of think about in the back of your minds. Both these cards really, really solid. In my opinion, Michael Finley is the better overall card. Let me know your thoughts on Michael Finley, Horace Grant down below in the comments. Are these cards guys that you guys are wanting to grind for? Are these cards that you are going to grind for? Drop a like on it, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.